Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. freedomsphoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Turn on the tube, what do I see? A whole lot of people crying, don't blame me. They point the crooked little fingers at everybody else. Spend all the time feeling sorry for themselves. Victim of this, victim of that. Your mama's too thin and your daddy's too fat. Get over it.
Yeah, get over it and do something about it. Do something here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. I tell you, one thing you can do, you can stay healthy. That's one thing. Wait a minute. Let me drink my goodie here. Veggies. That's right. I'm staying semi-healthy. This is one thing that I want to make sure that you guys know about. Now, you'll see right here we have picture up. We'll put that up. Your silver has value with us. And we put a bunch of different logos up there. Get on the love train, wallet voting, and so on. But we got Silver Circle too, man. Silver Circle. Now, the reason this is such an important thing to us is because I know it's going to have to be understood by everyone. And the only way that it can be understood is for them to be able to make all the links in how their life is going to be as the economy devolves. So I'm going, all right, well, how best to do that? Well, one of the ways is you got a lot of documentaries and things out there, but if you can tap into the youth, if you can be creative, if you can predict into the future, you can suspend, not necessarily, math, but, you suspend, kind of what reality is now and look at where we're going. Well, when you started this movie, Pasha, in 2008, and you're putting it together, and you're putting a 2019 on it, I'll bet you're going, you know what? It might not make it to 2019. So where are we at on this?
Well, we have a lot of bad ideas for the government in the movie, so I hope they don't pick up any of our stuff.
They will.
But it's been amazing watching the news. I mean, this thing is just going down, and what's even more cool is that people are fighting the Fed. I mean, Ron Paul is the chair of the Monetary Committee now, and it was an obscure subject when we started this whole thing. I mean, we knew the Fed was at the center of this thing, but a lot of people didn't. People weren't protesting the Fed in the same way as they are now. So this is a movement, man, and it's exciting to be part of it.
Well, who got involved with you? I mean, you have a studio. Did you keep doing your other things, or are you just focusing on this?
We're just focusing on this right now. We don't have time. I mean, we are a small crew, and, I'm trying desperately to keep this a cheap do-it-yourself. I'm just in the old school, I come from the early 80s punk do-it-yourself kind of movement, so we're just, we're going to make it look excellent, but I'm all about staying independent of the whole, Hollywood union big thing. And
well, how long is the movie going to be?
We're trying to get it down to 100 minutes. I mean, I think at this point it runs 118, something like that. So it's a full-length feature movie. I mean, it's a huge amount of work, but it's we've already shot it. It's looking really good. The characters are looking good. It's, we're hoping to screen a copy of it at PorkFest just to slip a advance notice on our side. And our big goal is to get it to the Sundance deadline, which is September 3rd. Sundance is in January, but their deadline for movies is in September.
Well, of course you're going to need a little bit of money to get things done. You're going to need a buzz on the internet to get them to look at it, accept it, allow it, because, Sundance, there may be some boys there that may not be wanting to watch this thing.
They may not be watching it, but they
may watch it. They don't want to put it out.
It's a big subject. I mean, people are looking at it and excited about this, and we'll see. But they could be looking at how many people are interested in this and how many fans we have, and see that we're the real thing.
Well, how does that look? I mean, how many people do you have following you on like Twitter or social networking and stuff?
Facebook, we've got over 10,000 fans. Only 3-4% of the sites have that many. It's pretty small. I mean, so it's so we're psyched. We have very avid, active fans. Our Silver Underground website, our Silver Underground blog, is a very active political blog, and we're putting out the comic book too. We're 2 days a week. We're putting the comic page out so people can read through the story. I think we're 27 pages in today, and so you can start seeing the whole story and follow along with it. And there's a lot of people logging in every Tuesday and Thursday to see what's happening next with the comic.
Are you going to tell us the end of the story?
Well, at the end of the comic...
in the end, freedom always wins!
It's starting to unfold. It's starting to get gruesome in the comic if you follow your way through, and it's it's a fun little story. And we have... we try not to... There are some speeches. We do talk about silver. We do talk about the Fed, but it's skillfully mixed into the whole thing.
I'm wondering, are you having any kind of, getting a memo from the Federal Reserve, or your Congress saying, hey, boy, we'll buy your movie?
That hasn't happened yet. They'd have to, I don't know what they have to do on that side. But, no, we haven't been raided over here yet or anything like that. But I got kicked out of one organization where actually we were meeting, their lunches were in the Federal Reserve. So I was sneaking into the Federal Reserve every 2 weeks to go to these economist meetings, and they found out and booted me right out of that. But
well, how did they? I mean, on what pretext? I mean, you were there, holding up "End the Fed" sign or something. I mean, why would they kick you out?
I think just because we disagree with them. It's not. I mean, I think they're just trying to.
Well, were you screaming it from the audience, or
no, even economists are not happy about the Federal Reserve. I mean, I was at one of those meetings, and there's a Harvard economics professor that called Bernanke a bootlicking acolyte. So it's it's a big topic, but we're pretty public about about this, and it's our stuff is pretty out there in terms of you don't have people blowing up stuff inside of there, and we're a little more fun than that. So.
Okay, well that's another thing. One time I remember it was an event here in Arizona. Just how much time I got? I can consolidate real quick. They just ignored the Constitution, did whatever they wanted to get their $300 and something million to build the Diamondback baseball stadium.
Right.
Well, we opposed it. We went after it. We filed suit. We did all this kind of stuff. Make sure everybody was educated. We knew they were going to do whatever they're going to do, but we wanted to make sure everybody knew that they were being bad guys. Well, some guy, kind of like this Jared Loeffner guy, he was not right in the head. He saw the opportunity to go down to the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors meeting, and he shot one of the supervisors in the butt. Okay. Then, of course, here comes all the jokes, brain surgeons, and all that kind of stuff. Now, what happened is that when he did that, they, here come the stories. And they were asking me, and I said, he's just a mind canary. Whenever you have this kind of an atmosphere, you're doing that the government becomes seen by the public as the bad guys, or you're going to have these people that are less skilled in their expression in a First Amendment way, that they are weak and they go to the Second Amendment. What you're doing is a perfect example of this. I'm not sure, I would bet you that they want people to act out more violently. They need people to do that to justify their existence and their totalitarian response. When you have people such as yourself that are creative, that are all about the peace and the love, and you're just sharing information with people, that is where the real danger is. They'd prefer you to be violent. So, as the mine canaries are starting to drop in the mine, we have Pasha Roberts and Silver Circle Movie out there getting ready to dump some information on the man and all the people they think they rule. What will be the result of that? I don't know. We'll talk about that when we come back.
This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.